everybody, welcome to Soundabout's Goodnight, Songs and Stories on Wednesday evening, here with me, Pete, and today we will be looking at our whole story coming to you all the way from Cumbria in the Lake District. First, our Time to Rest song. With this week's action, which is munching along. Now it's time to rest by munching together and listening to the music playing. Here we go, you get ready to do that action together. Here we go. Munch, munch, munch. Munch, munch, munch. Munch, munch, munch. Together tonight. And on Monday night, we learnt how to make our swans together, our lovely origami paper swans. And I'm hoping you might have a swan or two to join in with today's story, which comes from just near Grasmere in the Lake District, called Best Friends. When you're feeling blue, here's the answer for you. Spend some time with your best friend and start feeling new. In a wooden house on a fell side near Grasmere Lake lived a kind, gentle person who didn't speak. It might have been lonely for them, except they had some very unusual friends. Every day they would open the window and call their friends in the forest with special sounds like tweet tweet, tweet tweet, and whit hoo, and honk honk, cluck cluck. And there would be a rustling. There would be a rustling, twittering, tweet tweet, call back, and out from the trees would fly their friends, the birds. "It's our friend, our special kind friend," tweeted the birds all together. There are as many different kinds of birds as you can think of. A blackbird, an owl, a pigeon, a blue tit, a grey tit, a cuckoo. What other birds can you think of? Maybe on Friday I could include any birds that you can think of. A wren, a sparrow, a parrot. All the different kinds of birds and all their different sounds would appear. And the kind person would feed them crumbs and dance in the forest to the music of the birdsong without saying a word. The happy person would feed the crumb. The happy person walked down to the lake with the birds, tweet tweeting, twit twooing around them to see their best friend, a beautiful swan. Here's my beautiful swan. Maybe you've got a beautiful swan of your own. A beautiful swan with a long neck. A beautiful swan with a long neck who said hello with a honk honk hiss. Rock rock, flip flap. rock, rock, flip, flap. The swan would walk out the water. They would sit and watch the sun go down together. And the gentle soul would be very, very happy. I wish I could live with my friend the swan on the lake all the time, thought the person. But one day, there was no tweet tweet, twit twoo, honk honk, cluck from the person in their wooden house. The birds waited, twittering in the forest. The swan waited, floating on the lake. Even the sun waited to go down, but there was no person, and the wooden house stayed closed. So, rock, rock, flip, flap, the swan walked out the water and up to the house and pushed open the door with their beak. The kind friend didn't look very well and was so sad because they had missed a day with their friends, and especially with their special friend, the swan. The birds in the trees said, "Where's our friend, our special kind friend?" The swan and their friends sat in the house and wished to be outside by the lake. They wished so hard until their heads hurt. The swan flapped its wings and some feathers fell out on their friend. The next day, the door opened to the house. And after all their wishing, 2 swans left the wooden house and rocked, flip-flapped down the lake. And 2 swans swam together all day. And 2 swans watched the sun go down. And they were very happy for the rest of their lives. The tale from Grasmere of the best friends. Now, I do hope you enjoyed singing our Cumbrian song yesterday with B, all about the delicious tatey pot. A dish, for those that can't visualise it, is a bit like Lancashire hot pot. If you've ever had one of those. Except it's made with Herdwick mutton, which is a type of lamb, particular type of sheep, the Herdwick, that lives on the fells in the Lake District. It also has black pudding in it as well. And this is a song all about a man whose favourite dish is that tatey pot. As fond as steak and onions, and I don't mean rabbit pie, and a nice old bit of spare rib, I can always make a try. I can eat all Mac's dishes, but when sarred piping hot and made with Herdwick mutton, there's nowt like tatey pot. On Monday with leg of mutton, and it tasted very well. On Wednesday it was sirloin, and I didn't leave a deal. But when it comes to Friday, says I, this bangs the lot. It made me mouth fair water when they brought out tatey pot. I believe in keeping Christmas in good old-fashioned style, and turkeys, geese and chickens is all eat for a while. But when plum pudding's finished and the sweet stuff you get shot, I come back naked as ever for good old tatey pot. They say in days of old lang syne, fought days of good Queen Bess, that they didn't have nae taties. How they managed I can't guess. So here's to Walter Raleigh, who breetened up men's lot. Why, it was he brought back potatoes. Oh, he brought back potatoes. Oh, he brought back potatoes. And give us tatey pot. Well, thanks so much for joining us this special week to hear a special story for me from my home county of Cumbria. And we'll just finish with a quick time to rest. I'll be back on Friday to recap this story, and B will be back with you tomorrow for a little more work on the song. Now it's time to rest by staying still and listening to the music playing.